Hey guys, what is up? It is I, James Penrose, here for video 96 on my channel, and this video is going to be my full official WWE Summerslam 2014 review of the pay-per-view last night. And I'm going to say right now, I've been making videos of build-up for Summerslam for the majority of the matches. There was two matches I didn't talk about, which will be the first I'm going to talk about right now from this pay-per-view, and this pay-per-view really was just tremendous. It was a brilliant, memorable pay-per-view, love it or hate it. It's definitely one of the most memorable Summerslams of the past decade, in my opinion. So let's get right into it. I'm going off memory. If I get some things, I apologise. You leave the comments down below and tell me what I forgot. But I do remember, first match was for the Intercontinental Championship. We had The Miz defending against Dolph Ziggler. Now, I was pro Dolph Ziggler this whole match. I really wanted Dolph Ziggler to become the champion. As for the match, it was a really good match. These two guys really did have a point to prove that they were the opener. They really needed to up their game, that they were the opener, and they would. Basically, their point was to prove that, you know what, we're going to be underused in WWE, you're not going to push us, well, we're going to show you why we should be pushed, and that's what they did. They had a great match, they worked so well in the ring together. The bit I was a bit concerned about was the bit where I believe Dolph Ziggler was going to go for the Famouser, and it looked like, okay, Miz kind of no-sold it or reversed it and did the Skull Crusher finale. If that would have ended it, I would have been pissed, because I thought it was a no-sell, but no, it was a counter, it looked pretty good, to be honest. Dolph Ziggler kicked out of that, the force finishes were good, and lo and behold, Dolph Ziggler ended up turning the tide on The Miz, hitting the zigzag on The Miz, and 1, 2, 3, Dolph Ziggler is your new Intercontinental Champion, and I predicted that. I wanted it to happen because I didn't like Miz as champion as well. He was boring, didn't really went nowhere, and Dolph Ziggler, now that he's a champion, the credibility is just raised immediately because you put the title on him. Like, I really think they weren't going to go through with him becoming the champion, but now that they have, I can see him going good places with the title, and this feud could go for another match at Night of Champions, who knows. But the match was good and definitely should happen again. I'll be all for it. Okay, the next match was for the Divas Championship. It was Paige it was AJ Lee defending her title against Paige. AJ Lee was going in as the champion, going against Paige. This match, I will say, was better than their Battleground match. Was it a great Divas match? No, wasn't expecting it to be great. It was a decent Divas match that had my attention. Surprisingly, I predicted it while the match was going on. I predicted Paige to win. That was my pick, and lo and behold, Paige actually did win. I believe that was the part where AJ Lee had the Black Widow on her, and Paige countered into, I believe it was either the Paige Turner or so. I don't know what you call that move, but I think she hit it with the Paige Turner, and Paige ending up getting the free count on her, and Paige won the Divas title, and two title changes in 2 matches. Like, I didn't really think that was going to happen. I did predict it, but I never really think WWE was going to go through with it, and this now has a good reason for this match and this feud also to carry on for another month, because a lot of people will be confused and mad, saying, oh, why are they throwing the title on AJ Page, why can't they just make up their mind? Well, it's no big deal, because it doesn't matter who the title's on now. I'm interested in the Divas division, I'm interested in these two, where they're going to go from here, and yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm interested in this feud, even though it's not the biggest. What was the next match? The next match was the flag match between Jack Swagger versus Rusev. Now, I didn't know what the flag match meant, but it meant that the winner of the match will get to raise the flag in prestige for their national pride, or something like that. That's what the stipulation meant. As for the match, yeah, once again, this match was better than their Battleground match. It really drew the crowd's attention and my attention. There were certain points during the match where I thought Jack Swagger was going to break Rusev's undefeated streak. Towards the end as well, when he had the ankle lock, and he had it for a good amount, a few seconds as well, to the point where I thought Rusev was going to tap out. But no, Rusev managed to counter that, and but actually before the match even started, Jack Swagger had an early attack on Rusev, which I thought was brilliant. Showed that Rusev's vulnerability right there on the ankle. And he targeted that ankle for majority of the match, or at least some portions of the match, towards the beginning and end. In between, it was kind of even out. It was back and forth, until the end when Jack Swagger had the ankle lock, Rusev countered it, and Rusev managed to get the accolade on him. And people might bitch about this, saying, oh, they made Jack Swagger look like a bitch because he passed out. Well, no, this is a good way to make Jack Swagger look a little bit more believable, I think. He did not tap out. And that's the type of move where the majority of times you'd expect the opponent to tap out to the accolade. Jack Swagger did not tap out. He passed out, he did not submit. Foreshadowing what they did at WrestleMania 13 with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart. That's what it reminded me of, a cool foreshadow there. And yeah, it's just that they made Jack Swagger look strong in this match, and they made Rusev look strong. And after the match, he attacked Zeb Coulter, and they played the Russian national anthem. That part dragged on. I was like, oh, just can you get to the next match, please? But nonetheless, the match was good. And I'm looking forward to see what they do in the future. Okay. Next match. What was the next match? Fucking hell, man. Next match, I believe, was the Lumberjack match. Yes, the Lumberjack match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I gotta give a round of applause. I was underrated. I've been on a tirade for the past couple of weeks on this match. Lumberjack match. It's the wrong stipulation. This don't fit the storyline well. It does not do anything. These two guys, the Lumberjack match will devalue this feud and it'll just be awful. What the hell was I talking about? This was probably one of the best Lumberjack matches I've ever seen in wrestling history. This was absolutely tremendous. How you have these guys going back and forth again. Dean Ambrose, like I said before, this crazy psychotic character who wants to get his hands on Seth Rollins so bad. These two guys absolutely hate each other. It's a personal rivalry. Seth Rollins is the Money in the Bank contract holder. That was not on the line. It was just a plain Lumberjack match. And it was one of the most chaotic Lumberjack matches I've ever seen. How you had them going to the outside. How we have Dean Ambrose just squash all the Lumberjacks, like how they're beating the hell out of each other. They go into the crowd and they're fighting through the fans. Sin Cara was in no man's land getting attacked by Seth Rollins. I think he fell down the stairs as well, I'm not going to lie. And Seth Rollins, as he was trying to hightail it, the Lumberjacks were there to carry him back to the ring. And as I said before, Dean Ambrose was there to squash all the Lumberjacks from the top rope, how he just splashed them all and they all went down. And there was just bodies everywhere, man. I'm telling you. And the bit I found really awkward at that point was Kane came out. Corporate Kane, yes, that's right. Corporate Kane is back, which I think is stupid. I really don't like Corporate Kane as well. Just get rid of that already. They're dragging that on already. Yeah, and he basically screwed Dean Ambrose again. Just like he did at Money in the Bank. To the point where I thought Dean Ambrose was going to win. And I also really loved the bit where all the Lumberjacks got in the ring and they started beating the hell out of each other. Right after after Dean Ambrose actually hit Seth Rollins' finisher, which was a stomp to the face on the mat, I believe. I don't know what you call that. And as Dean Ambrose went for the cover, Kane broke it up, and then all of a sudden the Lumberjacks went in, and it was the biggest clusterfuck ever. It was an amazing chaos that took place. And Seth Rollins capitalised off of that as Dean Ambrose was throwing the Wyatt family out of there. They were just randomly in there. Seth Rollins ended up hitting Dean Ambrose with the Money in the Bank contract to the skull, and 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins wins. I was a bit mad about that because I thought Dean Ambrose had the most to gain in this match. But then again, now this is another win-win situation which can go on to another match. Because I thought this was going to end last night, but no, it's going to go on for another 2 months. They're going to do something with this. The crowd's loving it, I'm loving it. And yes, go with this. It's a great feud. And good match as well. One of the best Lumberjack matches I've seen. Next match, I believe, was the rematch between Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt. Now, once again, I'm going to say this was a better match than their Battleground match. Their Battleground match was kind of like a practice match. We're going to see what you guys can do in the ring. It might not be good, but SummerSlam will be the payoff, the time where you go all out and do what you have to do. And they had a very good match. It was kind of slow paced to start off with. Like, it was kind of dull at first. But again, they were just trying to work each other out. This is only the second time in years they faced off, so I can't expect it to be 5-star classic like before. But I'm happy just for the fact that you had Bray Wyatt finally go over on a pay-per-view. For the first time since fucking Extreme Rules in the Steel Cage match. Honestly. Lost at Payback, lost at Money in the Bank, lost at Battleground. If you'd have made it 4 pay-per-views lost in a row for Bray Wyatt, really, you're just kind of burying him now. To a guy that's come back from Fozzy. Bless me. But anyway, yeah, when you get down to the fact of this match, it was a good match. Better than their Battleground match. Still wasn't perfect, but nonetheless it was enjoyable. You could watch it. A great TV match. Bray Wyatt went over, which I'm happy about, and I think they're done with this feud now. But then again, I'm starting to question that now, because now that Chris Jericho's got a victory and now Bray Wyatt's got a victory, I don't know. Are they going to go for one final match where the winner gets the 2 victories and it ends there? I don't know what they're going to do with this. Will it end? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section. Do you think this will end, or do you think it'll carry on? If it does carry on, I might be a bit iffy with that, because the feud hasn't been the best. I mean, it's been mildly good build-up, but it hasn't been the best build-up for any match. So if they carry it on, I might start to lose a little bit interest if they just go with the same Bray Wyatt attacking Jericho. I mean, you want to make Bray Wyatt look strong, but then again, and you don't want it to get repetitive because it becomes boring and stale, which I don't want it to happen. So I think now is the right time to end it, because you had Bray Wyatt go over, which you made him look like a star, going over a guy that's been in the business for years, who's the first ever undisputed champion in the WWE, and I love it. It's a good build-up for Bray Wyatt. Now, the next match was... this was a surprise. Some of you think it might not have been a surprise, but to me, I thought it was a surprise. Like, we have Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon. Like I've come on here and I've praised the storyline, saying it's been a great, consistent build-up, and I'm looking forward to how entertaining the match would be. Not how good the wrestling would be, but how the entertainment factor would be. And the wrestling really wasn't that good, as I predicted. Stephanie McMahon, her attire, what the hell? I was not expecting her attire to look that... I don't know what to say to that attire. It looked pretty weird, but also kind of cool to see. But the match in terms of wrestling was okay. Nothing special in terms of wrestling, but the ending was special. It was amazing. At the start, I'm like, where the hell's Triple H? Where the hell's Nikki Bella? Well, that's what I'm going to get into, because towards the end of the match, you have Triple H come out trying to screw Brie Bella. Then Nikki Bella comes out to try and... Well, at first she did nothing. She was just outside the ring, not knowing what to do. I believe Brie Bella was going for the yes lock, and Triple H broke the submission. And then Brie Bella ended up attacking Triple H. And then, little did we know, we had twin magic in the ring. We had Brie Bella on one side, Nikki Bella on the other side, and Stephanie McMahon's not knowing where to go. And at that point, I'm thinking, yes, finally, they're both going to get their hands on Stephanie. And... yeah, and it's just going to be a happy ending, and they get their retribution, and it ends all happy. That's actually what I predicted in my predictions video. And what happened next, I did not predict, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't. If you did, then holy shit, you called it. I was in complete shock. Nikki Bella turned on Brie Bella. She attacked Brie Bella, helped Stephanie McMahon to win the match with a pedigree 1, 2, 3. Nikki Bella is heel. I don't know if she's joined the authority about this, but she's turned heel. She's turned to get on Brie Bella. That's fucking amazing. If this didn't happen and Stephanie McMahon went over, I'd have been like, oh, why are they dragging this feud on? They should have just had Brie Bella win and end it there. But now that Nikki Bella's turned heel, this now has every exceptional circumstances to continue the feud. It's amazing. Honestly, I did not see this coming. It was a cool major swerve by WWE, and yes, it was genius. Just genius. I don't know what's going to happen tonight on Raw. It's going to leave that huge cliffhanger as to how they're going to progress with this feud. I love it. It's been the most consistent build-up. I actually put this feud better than the Lesnar and Cena build-up, even though the match was kind of cool. I'll get to that later. But yeah, major swerve, Nikki Bella turning heel. I did not see that coming. And if you did, then tell me what you thought of that. And if you didn't like it, then fair enough. But me personally, I thought it was epic. I thought it was a genius decision. And Facebook was booming up on my account. I was talking to people as the Randy Orton Roman Reigns match was going on, and I barely watched half of it because people were talking to me about the Nikki Bella heel turn and how John Cena could follow in his girlfriend's footsteps later on the night against Brock Lesnar. In other words, John Cena possibly turning heel, which we all know didn't happen. But nonetheless, Randy Orton Roman Reigns was next. Like I said, I was talking to people on Facebook about the pay-per-view. But the match, from what I saw, was a pretty decent match. I knew these two would work really well together. The match wasn't really that enjoyable until like the last 5 minutes, where you have Randy Orton do this amazing counter where Roman Reigns he hits the ropes and he's about to hit the Superman punch, and as he jumps, boom, RKO. It was an amazing counter. I thought it was it right there. Roman Reigns kicked out. Randy Orton's in shock, and yeah, I knew Roman Reigns was going to win this match. This was actually kind of a predictable match. But then again, Roman Reigns is the next big up-and-coming star in WWE. He's going to take that spot from John Cena. I can almost see this building up to be like a Daniel Bryan type storyline, you know, where they treated Daniel Bryan like the next big star of the company, as we felt, but the authority's like, nah, he's a B-plus player, and they built him up all the way to WrestleMania 30 to win the title. I'm thinking that's what they're going to do with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31, where he potentially will face Brock Lesnar for the title. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but Roman Reigns won with a spear, and that was amazing, and yeah, good match. Wasn't brilliant, but good. Now we get on to the main event. The main event, I didn't know what to expect from the main event before it happened. We have the biggest fight of the summer. We have John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what to expect of John Cena in this match. All I can say is squash. That's basically it. All I can say is squash match, burial of John fucking Cena. Brock Lesnar annihilated John Cena again, just like he did at Extreme Rules 2 years ago. The match from Extreme Rules 2 years ago was amazing. How it was back and forth and Cena got a little bit more offense on him. This match, John Cena barely got any offense at all. He tried to do a few punches. He did get an attitude adjustment out of it, but Lesnar kicked out. And what I found really creepy was how, like, Lesnar was down after that attitude adjustment, and all of a sudden he mocks The Undertaker sitting up, and he's like, haha, I'm the Beast Incarnate, bitches. Like, that was an epic moment right there. And Cena's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, what do I do now? But the match, yeah, Brock Lesnar dominated again. The match wasn't as good as the Extreme Rules match, but still a complete burial of John Cena again, which I love. He finally put someone over that deserved to win, seeing as how Brock Lesnar beat the streak at WrestleMania. Why wouldn't he be able to beat John Cena? Of course he would, which he did, thank God. It was what we all predicted. Brock Lesnar hit the second F5 on John Cena after it was kind of a UFC fight in a way. How you have all the punches John Cena tried to... Because right at the start of the match, John Cena was like, fuck this, I'm going all out. Punches to the body and everything. But Lesnar, too big, too strong for Cena. Keeps coming back with knees to the ribs. And fucking hell, I think Brock Lesnar should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the amount of German suplexes he hit. Jesus Christ, that felt like so much. I mean, I get what he was trying to do. Trying to make it look like he's the biggest, the most dominant thing ever in the WWE by annihilating John Cena, but really, only Germans is the way you're going to do it. You never utilised the Kimura lot once, which I think you should have done. Like, break his arm, Lesnar, that's what I would have done. But no, Lesnar hit the second F5, 1, 2, 3, I'm marking out. Brock Lesnar is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and I love it. I love it, he deserves it. But now, I'm worrying now, because we all know Brock Lesnar is a part-time wrestler. He's not a full-time guy. I'm just hoping he shows up more and makes that title mean something more. Like, The Rock never did that when he was a part-time and won the title at the Royal Rumble against CM Punk. Rock never did that. The Rock never did that. I'm hoping Brock Lesnar will do that. Will he? I don't know. He's expected to defend his title at Night of Champions. And what would be interesting is to see Bray Wyatt go for the title against Brock Lesnar. I mean, who would ever thought of that? Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar? Fucking right, I'd love to see that. I mean, it might be an awkward pair-up, two heels going at it, but then again, they would work well together, I would feel. So, what do you guys think of that? Leave your predictions and comments down below for what might happen for the next month for Night of Champions, build-up wise. And this pay-per-view, did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Just, if you hate it, good, but just back up your opinions, you know, that's all I want to see. So, other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this SummerSlam 2014 review. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Alex Wilkinson, Connor Kenway, and there's, another guy that I want to plug, because lately I've been getting all these requests to, promote people in my videos, so I'm just going to search him up right now, and I'm going to leave the link in the description, so that way you guys can subscribe to him. Just going to get his channel name up right now. Yeah, like I said before, about this pay-per-view, you guys leave your comments down below. None of them are wrong, really, but it's what we want in WWE. We want different opinions. His channel hasn't gotten going yet, but his channel's name is GDM Rocker 97. It is run by a guy called George Moore, which he's going to be making some wrestling videos and making great topics related. So make sure you guys subscribe to him. I don't know if the channel's up yet. I don't know if he said that or not, but when it is and when I can find it, the link will be down in the description. I mean, he does have his own channel, George Moore, but I think it's another one separate. I don't know, but nonetheless, one of the two, subscribe to him. It'll be down in the description if I can find it. And yes, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video, and yes, and I'm James Penrose, and all I can say is, peace out, my brothers.